and welcome to another episode of Hotel Room Yap with Michaela. After going out. Oh, there is a ring. What? There's a ring on the floor. What the heck? Hold on. Let's see if this is real. Okay. It feels kind of real, guys. It says 925. What does that mean? Is 925 sterling silver? Or gold? Or something? Yo, these kind of look like diamonds. The heck? Hello? What? It's so cute. Can you guys see? Hopefully you guys can see. It's like a cute little ring. So I will give it to the front desk. But there's a cute little ring in here. Hello. You are getting post-clubbing Michaela in Miami. I am at the DoubleTree Hotel through Hilton. What's up, Hilton? We meet again. We keep meeting like this. I'm at the DoubleTree by the Miami airport, and I had the lovely pleasure of going out this Valentine's Day with some friends, I guess cousins and friends, of a friend of mine, Hannah, back in LA, and it was so much fun. I'm very tired. Oh, my goodness. You know what? We're just gonna yap about the evening. I had a clubbing phase. I don't know about all of y'all, but I had a clubbing phase. After I went to college, I moved to Manhattan because I wanted to pursue Broadway. This was pre-COVID. So I moved there in 2017 and stayed until COVID hit in 2020. I miss New York. I loved the New York. There are different lifetimes that existed if New York had stayed the way it was before COVID. Yeah, I can't think on that too long because then I just go down a spiral. Yeah, I was in New York for a few years and met some really lovely friends while clubbing, actually. And maybe today's yap session will just be that nightlife is not just for shallow, momentary connections and completely... Oh, goodness. The yawning is real. And like stringing yourself out on, substances or alcohol or whatever. You can meet some really fun, cool, creative, and powerful people in nightlife. And tonight was just like a little reminder of that. If any of you have partied in your lifetime, you know that it is a marathon, not a sprint. And so it was very fascinating because tonight I hung out with a 23-year-old, a 21-year-old, maybe 22-year-old, and a 26-year-old, and myself. And the 26-year-old and myself lasted. And the other three burned out. They got worn down real quickly. And it's about knowing your body. I do not drink often, like very, very rarely at this point, because I notice it takes a toll on my skin, on my throat, like my vocal cords, on my hair. If I do it consistently, I really notice a difference in my health. But every now and then, let's have a fun night. Why not? And I'll have a nice glass of wine every now and then, like, why not? But tonight I was like, you know what, I woke up a little wonky this morning on Valentine's Day. So I was happy that I had this dinner and clubbing event kind of planned. It is literally like 4:30 in the morning, so that is why I'm yawning so much. But I'm glad I had this planned because I was kind of bummed. Not gonna lie, this year. I like Valentine's Day. I think it's cute. I think it's sweet. I think, having an extra day of just reminding your partner how much you love them is lovely. But I just woke up a little blue this morning. It was a bummer, and there wasn't much I could do about it. I was kind of pretty depressed, honestly. I woke up and set up like my table for the convention. I'm at Animate Miami, and came back up to my room, and initially I was going to go see this museum and go get lunch with a friend of mine. I'm sorry. If you want to make a drinking game out of all the yawns I yawn, then go for it. But I was initially going to go check out this museum and go get lunch with a friend of mine, And I just like couldn't. Well, first of all, I realized that like I'd already been to the museum, so I've only been to Miami 2 other times. This is my 3rd time here. And so I was like, okay, I guess I don't need to like see it again. I was like, oh, it'd be kind of cool to do like maybe like a side-by-side photo or something, or to go like read or like write. Oh my gosh. Can we relax, Michaela? Can we stop yawning? Maybe the answer will be yes, maybe not. And then I just couldn't do it. And then we ended up needing to meet like earlier than I thought to set up for the event. And so I ended up texting the girlfriend and just being like, I'm so sorry. Like, I have to set up earlier. I don't think I can make this work. And yeah, so I ended up having breakfast later, and I ended up taking like a nap after I had woken up. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it was just kind of it was a bummer. It was a bummer. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know. I thought I'd know my husband by now, you know? I think we all have different expectations or timelines, or, you know, I don't know, just little lists in our heads of like when things are supposed to happen or what our expectations are. And I kind of had it from when I was younger until now that like 28 I was gonna be married or get engaged or something. And I know that everyone's timeline is different, and I don't want to force something that isn't supposed to be. And like, obviously I want to be with somebody who I'm going to be with forever. Yeah, I thought that I was gonna be with my person. And while I'm enjoying the single era, because there are lots of perks, I have no one waiting on me, no one expecting me, no one checking in and needing to know where I am or wanting to know where I am. And there's a freedom to that. I don't have children. I don't have a spouse. I have no, technically, responsibilities. I do have my dog. So I suppose Maddox is somewhat of a responsibility, but my mom is very gratefully taking care of him and watching over him, and I very much trust her, and so I don't have to worry when I am away. This is probably the most free I'll ever be, because I can financially do whatever I need to. If I get in like an emergency situation, I'm very grateful. I can take care of something. I'm able to. I'm planning a little trip for like my grandma, because she is getting older, and I've wanted to like take her on a trip. And my grandpa doesn't really like traveling. He's kind of tired. He's like over it. But I wanted to take her on like a last fun little trip. She's in her 80s, so you know, I have resources, but I also don't have these responsibilities of family yet. So it's kind of this little, almost like Twilight Zone feeling. It's kind of this like limbo of like having these resources, but not really being in like family mode or marriage mode yet. And I'm trying to appreciate the fun things that come with that. And I will not have this era again. Especially once I'm married, once I have kids, I will no longer have this flexibility. I will have a responsibility to other people that does not exist right now. But it can get quite lonely. And I don't know, I'm kind of like nearing the time when like I want to have the responsibility of other people, if that makes sense. But I don't want to force it. I want it to feel right and like ready. I don't know. It's tough. Love is very tough. I think love is very much a choice, and I think a lot of people think that it just happens. And I think it's a choice like everything else. I think like getting up and going to work, or getting up and going to the gym, or journaling, or how you take care of your diet, or how your relationship with your parents, you know, these things that take effort and structure and, I guess, returning to them, checking in on them, refreshing them, making them stronger. It's constant growth. I think I've learned that a lot of relationships are constant growth. You are always changing. You're always evolving. I kept thinking that there was this final state that I was going to reach around 28, 29, 30, whatever. And then you were just going to be done, right? All of the learning, all of the development, everything was going to be done, finished. Seal it up, wrap it in a bow. Oof, okay, we're done. And I think the last couple of years have really shown me, like, this is it. Like, the changing and the growing and the learning is constant. You're just constantly doing that for like your whole life. I mean, ideally. If you stop doing that, you kind of get stuck. But getting stuck is comfortable. And growing and evolving is harder, but worth it, I think. 50 years from now, when I'm 80, that's crazy to say, the world is going to be very different. And I can choose to try to evolve and grow with it, or I can stay comfortable. And which version of me do I want to be? What version of you do you want to be? You know? A lot of big thoughts happening. That's why Hotel Room Yap started, because I grapple with a lot of these questions just kind of sitting alone in my hotel room. And I wanted to take you with me, because these are questions I feel like a lot of us have. Why do I still have my shoes on? What is this craziness? A lot of us have these questions, you know? I don't have the answers for you. I can't predict the future, but I can tell you that your gut knows what's good for you. And you're not supposed to get along with everyone, and that's okay. But that's terrifying, especially if you come from a family that tells you you should get along with everyone. My knee is sore. That's the annoying thing about, like, getting older. It's like, ow, what the heck? What did I do? I didn't even do anything to you. Yeah, the joints getting a little achy is definitely frustrating. But anyway, your gut knows, and everyone's not supposed to get along with you. I think that is the most harmful misconception we are told, and I am currently trying to navigate that myself, is that everyone is supposed to like you, or you're supposed to be agreeable with everyone. Dude, how? There's millions of people in the world of varying experiences, intelligences? Yikes, that's probably not a word. Intelligence levels? That sounds a little bit better. And that's not a bad thing. It's just like people function at different levels, areas, genres. Everyone is so different. There's literally no way you can get along with everyone. But that is so hard for my brain to process. I'm saying it out loud, but it's so hard for my brain to process, because I'm like, well, maybe if I just find like some sort of connection point, then we could get along and be friends. Girl, there are some people I'm gonna meet and they're just gonna not like me from the immediate moment that they meet me. How am I supposed to change that? I can't. So I might as well just live my best life kindly, you know, as long as we're not harming anyone, and just vibe, you know? I don't know. I had so many lists and so many like checkpoints and goals for 1 year, 5 year, 10-year plans, and I just don't know anymore. And this Hotel Room Yap has been very varied. I'm sorry, I don't even know what I'm gonna title it at this point, but I don't know. I have no idea. I feel very lost, but also very calm and very centered and very sure at the same time. It's very confusing for me. I don't know if any of you are feeling this way, but yeah, I'm very grateful for where I'm at. And I've been really trying to, this last year, I've been like, gratitude was like the center of everything. Returning to gratitude. Anytime I felt frustrated, overwhelmed, tired, just return to gratitude with everything that I've been given. I've been very grateful. I've worked very hard, yes, but also lots of things have happened in my favor because of the working hard or just because of life. I don't know. And so I'm very grateful for that. And this year, my focus was peace. So 2024 was like gratitude. And 2025, going into this year, I was like, I want this to be a year of peace. And like, ha 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 ha. 2025 started very interestingly. But peace is my main focus. I just want to feel peaceful. I want to feel peaceful in success, in acceptance. I also want to feel peace in rejection and ignorance and anger, disappointment. I want to feel peace in being wrong. I want to feel peace in being right. I want to feel peace with being human, I think. And this fine Valentine's Day, peace with maybe finding a partner who wants to be the masculine energy in this dynamic. I am bi, but I do believe that I would like to marry a man. I would love to have kids, I think. I would like to have kids with the right person who makes me feel safe and ready to have kids, and someone who can just take care of things. I've been taking care of a lot. I'm very capable of taking care of things. I would love to meet a man who's also capable of taking care of things. This Hotel Room Yap has been very varied. I should wash my face and go to bed because it is very late. I think it is now probably like 4:45 in the morning. Almost 5 a.m. I told my handler that I'm probably going to start at 11 tomorrow, which I think is a good idea. One more yawn. I want some more of that sipping chocolate from Portland. Oh, that sipping chocolate was so good. Anyway, hopefully this Hotel Room Yap has been helpful. It's been a little all over the place, but just reflective this lovely Valentine's Day. As I hunch over my chair, I just realized I probably looked like a gremlin for the last 10 minutes. Yeah, just reflective. Grateful for friends of friends and just dancing. It was fun dancing. Going to dinner, having some dessert. We had a peanut butter chocolate, pretty cake with ganache on top and a little crumble underneath. It was really yummy. Some fun cocktails, some champagne. It was fun. And I'm just thinking about my mom and Maddox back home. Oh, can I transport Mr. Chicken here? Can I just go home? They don't need me tomorrow and Sunday. Pfft, right? Right? I love that guy. Oh my gosh. Okay, that tiredness is hitting. This is good. Okay, before I go, the freaking book, which I have not finished. I tried reading it today. I have 16 thoughts going on in my head. I could not read this for the life of me. It's probably social media. I used to read a ton as a kid, and recently it's been very hard for me to read. Anyway, I do like this book though. Let's see what we've got. Okay. Ha 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 ha. Fitting. Okay. In exploring, oh, by the way, this is The Creative Act, A Way of Being. Rick Rubin, in case you're new here. I just flip to a random page and read you the first thing that I see. In exploring new horizons, you may very well lose some fans. New fans may also appear. Whatever the case, the decision to limit your work to the familiar is a disservice to both yourself and your audience. I normally just stop it there, but I want to keep reading. The energy of wonder and discovery can get lost when treading the same ground over and over again. I'm going to repeat it for you, for fun. In exploring new horizons, you may very well lose some fans. New fans may also appear. Whatever the case, the decision to limit your work to the familiar is a disservice to both yourself and your audience. The energy of wonder and discovery can get lost when treading the same ground over and over again. It's scary trying stuff that's new, but if you don't, you'll regret it. And you'll always be waiting and wondering for that next move. Something to think about. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Hotel Room Yap. This one was a little all over the place, not particularly as centered on a theme, but maybe I should also just stop thinking about a theme. Stop curating everything as much and just start yapping. And let my yap take me where it shall, instead of trying to follow a certain topic. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll flip-flop back and forth. Maybe it won't. Maybe this will be the only one of its kind. Or maybe all of them will be like this from now on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All I know is that I'm grateful that I met new friends this last week, but tonight specifically. I like this dress. I like my hair. What's something that you're liking about yourself? What do you like about you? You should like something about you. That's okay. That's not self-serving or narcissistic. You should like you, in case you don't. Maybe you already do, but just in case, you should like you. Okay, I'm yapping enough. I've yapped enough for the evening. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening to the book excerpt. Hopefully, excerpt. Everything sounds weird to me right now. Anyway, thank you for joining. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of Hotel Room Yap, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.